Hello, my name is Manza Klinar, and in this video I would like to share with you a little bit about high sensitivity. It's a normal trait, it's an innate trait, and approximately 20% of people, so every fifth person, is born with it, according to the research. And according to research, there are also highly sensitive animals. They found it in more than 100 animal species. The pioneer in researching this trait is Elaine Aron, who started this because she didn't find any or enough information about it, and she was curious. After that, a lot of research has been conducted, and in scientific circles, the trait is known as sensory processing sensitivity, SPS. So, let's go to the trait. There are 4 characteristics for this trait, because it is not only hypersensitivity or usual sensitivity that is stronger or shown in a more potent way, let's say. It is a specific personality trait. It consists of depth of processing, being easily overstimulated, overwhelmed, overaroused, having stronger emotional reactions, being more empathetic, and being sensitive to subtle stimuli. In English language, for the description, the acronym DOES is used. So, highly sensitive is who highly sensitive does. I think it's the saying. But let's go to the characteristics. I will use a different order because I feel this is more logical, at least for me. So the first and fundamental characteristic is depth of processing. The brain of a highly sensitive person, everything that comes into it, all the stimuli, processes more deeply, more thoroughly. And for that, it needs a lot of energy and more time in comparison to people who are not highly sensitive. That shows in a person who needs more time to make decisions or to adapt to change. I will use this because I am highly sensitive too. We feel the need or the desire to reflect more. We need to think more. And sometimes we ruminate and go over the same things again and again. That's a loop. Maybe you know how this feels. So this is a fundamental trait or fundamental characteristic of this trait. The next one I would like to address is sensitivity to subtle stimuli. So a highly sensitive person would notice more than is usual, like slight changes, a quick look, a subtle sign of ignorance. We are also sensitive to slight changes in smell, light, sound. So we are also very sensitive, and it bothers us if there's too much noise, a smell that is too strong, lights that are very bright, and also the fabrics that have irregularities, let's say. You can see that in children when they are sensitive to socks or sews or certain fabrics like wool. So all these subtleties we notice, and that's why we are more bothered by bigger quantities of this. I hope I said it right. So the third characteristic, it has two components. One is stronger emotional reactions, and the second one is being more empathetic. So stronger emotional reactions are like we react more intensely. Our emotions are like this in comparison to emotions of people who are not highly sensitive that go like this. So we are usually named as the one who overreacts or reacts when there's no big deal, but it is a big deal for us. And we need to respect that, and I think we each should give another person respect for what they feel. Being more empathetic, this is, in my opinion, due to the more active mirror neurons and also sensitivity to subtleties. Mirror neurons are brain cells that help us learn through imitation. When we were children, we learned this way. And in highly sensitive people, they found they are more active in comparison to people who are not highly sensitive. Those mirror neurons, and I already mentioned the S, the sensitivity to subtleties. So, highly sensitive person would not only know what goes on in another human being or animal or even the planet, but to a certain extent they would feel what the other person feels. But I would like to stress this out. High sensitivity is not the same as being an empath. So it doesn't equal. It has certain similarities, but it is not the same. Empaths are more into this characteristic, if I say so, if I use this way of describing it. So all these three characteristics bring us to the final one, and they all result in the final one if we don't know how to deal, regulate, and approach those three. So being easily overstimulated, being easily over-aroused, and being easily overwhelmed is a sign or a consequence and a sign that we do not know what is going on in ourselves, or we don't know how to manage all the stimuli. To put it another way, I think it's very important for us to learn about high sensitivity, what this means,